Last week, here on Arise News, Dayo Ekong, the interim chairman of Labour Party in Lagos, appeared on a different platform and addressed outstanding issues about an internal matter that threatened to derail the party's participation in the just concluded general election. Principal among our submissions on the day was party financing and nomination of a mutually accepted candidate for the governorship election held on March 18th. She also brought into perspective the role of the former state chairman of the party, Kayode Salako, in the entire affair. Right now, we are being joined by the former state chairman of the party himself, Kayode Salako, an educationist, investor, and immediate past chairman of the Labour state chapter of the Labour Party. Good morning, Mr. Salako. Good to have you join us.
Good morning. Welcome to Rise News.
Good morning, beautiful Nigerians. And good morning, obedient Nigerians, responsible Nigerians. I'm happy to be on the show.
Absolutely. Good to have you. Let's dive right into it. Dayo Ekong was here, Pastor Dayo Ekong, who succeeded you. And I'm sure you handed over to her when you were going to run for the House of Reps for Shudi Solo.
Exactly.
But then, yes, you did, exactly. But you know, of course, our position now. She's basically saying that all that you have been saying regarding the issues that we have with the candidates of the party in Lagos State, Gbadebo Revival, among other issues, that should be taken with a pinch of salt because as far as she's concerned, you are a mole in the party. My question to you is, what actually is going on? Are you still a member of the Labour Party? And why are you fighting your successor and the man who flew the flag of your party at the governorship election?
Well, thank you very much. I'm going to start from the accusation of Dayo Ekong, Mrs. The woman I handed over to when I was leaving. I am actually the one who nominated her.
To succeed you?
I nominated her. I told the national chairman of the party that is the person I want to succeed me. Because I was given the opportunity to nominate whoever I wanted. And I expressly nominated her to take over from me. You
didn't have a deputy, or what was the structure?
Because she was my bestie. We were very close.
But who was your deputy?
Yes, I had, by the constitution of the party, I had 4 deputies. And, but she had been acting in the capacity of my deputy when I was the state chairman of the party. Whenever I was going away, I always hand over to her. She would always act in my absence on my behalf. We were very close. She was like a big sister to me. She played the role of a big sister. And I used to call her, Big Sis, when I was in office. So when I had the opportunity of nominating someone, I expressly nominated her. Not because of the relationship we shared alone, the bond we shared, but because of that pastor title, with her name. I thought, okay, she's a pastor, a woman of God, and if I ask her to take over from me, we will be able to run the party according to the Oshogbo Accord. That is what I call the Oshogbo Accord, that established our administration. Our administration didn't just come like that. It came through an agreement. And the agreement was established with the understanding of the national chairman of the party, the embattled. He also is an embattled national chairman now. What I faced when I was in office is what Barrister Julius Aburitu is facing now, and that is what Dayo Ekong Mrs. 2 is facing now, because there is a rising advocacy for her to go. She too must have to go because of the situation she's leaving the party, the way she's running the party. So a lot of members are disenchanted, they are hungry, they are not happy with the way Dayo Ekong and co are running the party. So what I faced when I was in office is what she's also facing now, and that is also what the embattled national chairman is facing. And I nominated her thinking we will be able to run things together as party past that way. But unfortunately, I got it wrong.
You wanted the party.
She took over the power.
You wanted the party.
And she started working against me in the party. And that is the bane of the issue with us.
When you say working against you, I mean, her title, as the, chairman of the party right now is to make sure that she's working for the party. So are you saying that there's a conflict in her working for the party, she's working against you? Or are you saying that what she's doing now is against you and as well as not in the interest of the party?
Dayo Ekong has not been working in the interest of the party right now. Because if she were to be working in the interest of the party, then there won't be so much problem, so much rancor, so much confusion, so much issues within the party right now. To the extent that, yes, in Lagos State, things are falling apart. She can't handle it. And instead of her to come here to come and tell the world why she has been unable to run the party to satisfaction, why she has been able to run the party well, she came here to come and call me a mole, when she herself knows in her conscience of conscience that Salako is not a mole. They all know that I'm not a mole. I'm going to give you one instance. If I were to be a mole known to Dayo Ekong, then she won't donate her office for me to run the affairs of the party. If she were to know me to be a mole, she donated the office I was using to run the affairs of the party when I was the state chairman of the party, because she was impressed with my passion, my commitment, and my mission for the party. She saw this. She saw the sincerity in my mission. She saw the way I was working. She saw the way I was carrying on. I was talking. I was running the affairs of the party, building things rightly for the party. So when she saw it, and she saw that the party didn't have an office, no official office to run all those things. So I was doing that inside hotel spaces. We were paying, in hotels to run those things. And she became impressed with my performance, with my capability, with my ability. And she donated a very beautiful office, very expensive office for us on Allen Avenue, which is our personal property. If I were to be a mole, why did she donate it? That's number one. Number two, if I were to be a mole, I wouldn't build the structure of the party within 5 months. Kayode Ezekiel Ayinde Salako built the structure of the Labour Party that won Lagos State for Labour Party for the first time in 24 years.
You think it was the structure that did that?
It is the structure.
Or it was the B factor?
No.
It was not B factor?
No. Let me tell you this. When Labour Party started, when the obedience revolution started, when the noise started, what was the ruling party saying about the Labour Party then? That the Labour Party had no structure, Abi? They were emphatically talking about structure. That how could a political party that had no structure come and displace the ruling party in Nigeria? They were even making a jest at us then. And that was what made me to resolve that, okay, in Lagos State, that I was in charge, I was given to handle, I will make sure that Labour Party had structure. And not just ordinary structure, strong and virile political structure. a structure that will be able to win the ruling party in Lagos State. And I was able to achieve it. You see, let me tell you this. The obedient movement is just an emotional, organic revolution that is like a wave. And the function of that revolution is just to come and contribute to the vote that the political party needs to organize itself to win the election. It is the structure of the party that must be on ground. Even when the obedient are voting, it is a structure that will stand to make sure that those votes are defended, are monitored, and count. Most obedient will just go out on the day of election to go and vote, and they go back to their houses. It is the structure of the party that will be on ground to make sure that things that were supposed to be monitored are monitored, things that were supposed to be put in place are put in place. When the election is over, the result will be moved from one place to another for collation and counting. It is the structure of the party that will handle all of that. That is beyond the function of the obedient movement. And that is why you see that the APC as a party has been winning elections for many, many years in Nigeria. PDP has been winning. It is not about the vote of support groups alone or the obedient people. All these political parties too have support groups. There are support groups in APC who worked with APC. There were support groups who worked with PDP. APGA, ADC, they also have support groups. But for the support groups to go and just vote for the party and for the party to win, it is the structure of the party that do that. Now, Dayo Ekong said I'm a mole. If I were a mole, then to build the structure of the party won't be paramount, won't be important to me. I won't build it. I will even be working against that. So they were the ones who never wanted me to build the structure. But stubbornly, I had to do it. Sometimes in a 5 hours meeting, 6 hours meeting, 8 hours meeting. I abandoned my business office, I wasn't going to my own office. I will resume in the state office where Dayo Ekong gave to me by 9 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes I don't leave until 11, 12 in the night, trying to build structures for the party across the state. And I was able to achieve that. And it is that structure that won that presidential election for Peter Obi in Lagos.
Okay, Mr. Salako, let me
let
me come in,
yes,
if you don't mind, because
yes,
you are taking credit for what most obedients believe that it was the personality of Peter Obi, yes, that won the election, without, of course, casting any doubt as to the need for structure. Because it didn't just win in Lagos, it won in 10 other states and then Abuja. But then here you are saying that it was the structure that you erected that gave him that victory.
I'm not saying the structure alone.
Okay,
it can't be the structure alone.
That's fine. But how come that structure didn't work in your favor? Because you also ran to be the House of Representative member for Oshodi Solo. What went wrong?
I won the election.
But you are not declared.
I won.
Okay, what happened?
Just the same way many candidates of Labour Party won across Nigeria. But the fact of the matter is, we were dealing with the ruling party, people of the ruling party. They have the power of the money, they have the power of the gun, they have the power of the political thuggery. They had all the resources.
Yeah, but all those resources and the power didn't work against Obi being declared. How come it was you that won in Osodi Solo? There was a gentleman who defeated. What's the name of the actor in Etiosa? Thaddeus won. How come it was it was declared? But in your own case, you said the powers that be didn't let you.
Let me tell you something. If you bring Thaddeus Ata here, he will tell you what he went through before he could be declared the winner. I am the state chairman of the party who built the list of the candidates of the party, the Labour Party, who went into that election. My name was on the list. Thaddeus Atad name was on the list. George Omogeye Inamuwo was on the list. They are my people. We are colleagues in the party. I know what they went through. It wasn't as easy as just the obedient people going to vote for them, and their results were declared, and their names were declared as a winner. No! A lot of things went into it that they cannot come out here publicly to come and tell the world what they went through and the amount of resources they expended before their names could be declared.
Yeah, but why didn't it work in the
I
favor?
was banking on the reliability of the Beavers machine, the Beavers uploading machine, and the RF uploading system. That is what I was banking on. But that was my first election experience. I hadn't done any election before. That was my first experience. So I kept on asking my own INEC people. I was immediate past state chairman of the party. So I had a lot of connections with INEC people. And I kept asking them, before the day of the election, if my votes were going to count based on the assurance that INEC gave to us, that okay, with the Beavers uploading machine, accreditation machine system, with the RF uploading system, that we shouldn't bother ourselves about any other thing again, that it will be difficult for anybody to rig our election. They kept assuring me. So I didn't pay attention to the other areas that my own colleagues paid attention to.
Like what?
I wouldn't want to say that there. You see, the issue is this. Even the people who are sitting on my victory in Oshodi Solo constituency 1, they know that Kayode Salako won the election. I won it with wide margin. But I contested in MC Oluomo's base. It is not always easy to contest an election in MC Oluomo's base. That is his base.
Yeah, but for the presidential, Obi won in MC Oluomo's base.
Let me tell you something. That is the reason you should know that I also won. If Obi could be declared the winner in Oshodi Solo Constituency 1, and the man who won in Oshodi Solo Constituency 22 was allowed to go because he found his own way. He found his own way in the night when I was sleeping, thinking that it will be difficult for me, for anybody to rig my election. As at 2 a.m. in the night, my INEC people that I had in their midst, in the system, they were still calling me to congratulate me. Even MC Oluomo's boys, because don't forget that I left APC not quite long, and I was part of MC Oluomo's system. I was part of his system. Some of MC Oluomo's boys are my boys. We know ourselves, they know me. Some of his boys were even calling me on phone to congratulate me that I won. Many of the APC people, because I was also an APC leader in Oshodi Solo Constituency 1 before I left, many of them even voted for me. They won for me because it is Salako they wanted. So they were calling me to congratulate me. I was already happy that, I'll be going to the National Assembly at least to represent my people for the first time. I was already fantasizing the experience until I woke up in the morning and I heard that my result were exchanged. My own result was given to the person they declared. And let me also tell you this. On the day of the declaration of that election, they said they did a collation. There was a collation center where the results were collated and all of that. On that day, the people who shortchanged me, they came in with a lot of terrible looking political thugs. They call them external people. They brought them in from external, outside that constituency. They attacked and assaulted many of my boys. One of them was even shot 3 times. My own coalition agent was lynched with cutlass and driven away from the coalition center.
But these are very serious
So
allegations.
the person who signed the result that made INEC to declare another person against my own victory wasn't even the person who was supposed to sign for me. They picked somebody to sign the result that made INEC to declare the results, not the person we officially put there.
Will you challenge this in court?
That is my own.
Because the candidate of your party, Gbadebo Rosevival,
yes,
has formally filed his petition against Governor Sanwo-Olu's.
Yeah, that is his own project.
Will you challenge, what has happened?
I am not going to say that here, but I have my own way of claiming my victory. I have my own way. There are many ways, to getting satisfaction.
You want to
negotiate in whatever I want to do.
Will you negotiate with
I'm not negotiating. It is not about negotiation. It's about the way I want to go about it. It's my project. If I like, I can decide not to go to the tribunal. If I like, I can decide to go. But for now, what I am doing about reclaiming my victory, how to make myself happy about it, is private and confidential to me. But the fact of the matter is, I won the election. The man that is holding the certificate of returns is like a big egbon to me. He knows me. We know each other. He knows
has it not been presented to the winner?
He knows that he is holding my certificate of returns. He knows. In his conscience of conscience, he knows that it is my certificate of returns that he is holding.
He's a placeholder for you.
He's like a placeholder for me.
So you decide what you want to do. But we don't have much time left. I wanted to talk, just kind of shift the focus from what's happening in the Labour Party, of course, here in Lagos.
So I am not a mole.
Yes, of course.
If I were to be a mole, when the national chairman of the party asked me to step aside because of election money that was coming to Lagos, they didn't want Salako to be in charge of the election money, because I was being accused that my wife, Folukeda Ramola Salako, was working with Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Yeah, but that's an open secret. I mean, everybody knows that.
Yes. So because she was working there, I was with Peter Obi. They never trusted me. That was when they started calling me Mose, calling me all sort of derogatory names. So that was when they said,
Did you vote for Peter Obi?
Yes, I did.
Did you vote for GRP?
It is because I voted for Peter Obi.
Yes.
That was the reason Peter Obi won in Lagos.
Just because of you?
Because I voted for Peter Obi. That's why Peter Obi won in Lagos.
I think maybe we should agree to disagree.
Because I didn't vote for Gbadebo Rosevival.
You didn't vote for him.
That is why Babajide Sanwo-Olu was declared the winner of the election in Lagos.
So who did you vote for?
I am a factor.
Who did you vote for?
I voted for Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu.
Is that no anti-party?
Anti-party activity.
I am the owner of my vote. You see, this is the reason. Gbadebo Rosevival used his own mouth to tell us that he didn't need our vote. He said he didn't need our support. He said he had built his own parallel structure apart from the normal structure of the party, of his own, to run his election project on the day of his election. He told us that he had built his own polling unit agent. He had built his own structure, that he had his own people who would work for him, who would vote for him on the day of his election. So he told those of us who stayed away from his project that we shouldn't bother, that he didn't need us. When someone tells you he doesn't need you, do you force yourself on him? He told us he didn't need us. And that was the reason Alhaji Moshood Salvador went away with his support. He went somewhere else with his support.
He returned to where he came from.
No, he didn't return.
Okay.
He only took his support somewhere else. The only person who returned is Chief Sumba Onitiri. And that was the chairman of the Elders and Leaders Forum of the party. You to think about it. If the chairman of the Leaders and Elders Forum of a political party could be frustrated.
But did he not contest as a senator?
And left.
Did he contest as a senator?
He couldn't contest because of the way they were running the party. They were just doing things in the party anyhow, to the extent that almost everybody became frustrated. The man became frustrated, and he defected to APC. He didn't even come from APC. Chief Sumba Onitiri came from PDP. But he couldn't go back to PDP. Rather, he decided to pitch his tent with Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu of APC. So, if someone like that, who was supposed to be the arrowhead leader of the party, could leave out of frustration, and Alhaji Moshood Salvador, who is also the apex leader of the party, that is the apex leader of the party, he also became frustrated, he left. I became frustrated, I left. And over 65 to 70% of the Labour Party members in Lagos State were frustrated like that. On the day of Gbadebo's election, all of us were in our houses. We didn't come out to do anything. Because the guy said he had his own people who would
but those people were not allowed to vote. That's what he said.
You said what?
Those people that he had were not allowed to vote.
His own people.
I mean, I'm just saying that that's his position.
I wouldn't know. You see, when someone says
just 5 seconds.
When someone says stay away from my project, you wouldn't bother yourself about what happened to.
Okay, we need to
roll. But any chance for reconciliation at all?
Yes, that is the best way. You see, even the former president of the country, Olusegun Obasanjo.
We have to go now. Will you reconcile?
He's calling for national reconciliation now.
Okay. All right. So that's a yes
is calling for national reconciliation.
So that's a yes for me, Mr. Salako.
That is a yes for me.
There is a chance for reconciliation. We need to bring the show to an end.
I am not a mole.
Maybe bring you back another time. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Salako. We appreciate it. Thank you.